Hello everyone and welcome into the Digi Lounge, where we talk all things Digimon, from laid-back retrospectives to games to cards and everything in between. If you're a fellow fan of the digital universe, thanks for clicking and consider subscribing. And with the intro out of the way, let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to our retrospective series of Digimon Adventure, and today we got one that hit me surprisingly hard. Episode 7, Ikkakumon's Harpoon Torpedo. It's the episode where the show starts giving Joe some real growth, and you walk away feeling like you understand him a little better than you did before, and it's probably one of the deepest character-driven episodes so far, so let's dive right into it. Now we open with the kids walking through a colder part of the digital world. The air's gotten crisp and everyone's a bit run down, and Ty's trying to lift the mood the only way he knows how, by talking about how cool it would be if it actually did snow, which naturally leads to everyone talking about snowball fights, snowmen, you know, the whole deal. Joe, of course, is already listing every possible way things could go wrong. Classic Joe, right? But what I like about this scene is the Digimon partners trying to wrap their heads around this whole concept of playing in snow. It's one of those early scenes that still feels charming years later. The Digimon sounding genuinely curious about the kids' world, while the kids are stuck in this weird new one. Pretty soon though, they do get to snow, and not long after that, they stumble across what looks like a hot spring, except the water's way too hot to even think about dipping a toe in. Then they find a refrigerator of all things, another random Earth object in the middle of the digital world. And thankfully, this one isn't some sort of trap like we've seen before. Instead, it's full of eggs. After everything they've been through, a random fridge stocked with food feels almost too good to be true. And of course, Joe immediately goes into full panic mode. But he's not trying to kill the vibe. He's just the oldest, and he feels like it's his job to keep everyone from doing something dumb. The rest of the group tries to pull him out of that spiral, and you start to see how much they actually look out for him even when he's having a full Joe meltdown. Later that night, after dinner and more talk about their lives back home, the debate starts up about Infinity Mountain. Tai wants to climb it so they can get a better look at the island and maybe figure out where they are. But Matt, he's not having it. He thinks it's too dangerous, it's too far, and just not worth the risk. Joe gets involved and tries to play peacemaker for a second, trying to find a middle ground between the two, but the argument keeps going, so Sora steps in and basically says they're all tired, they should just rest for the night and decide in the morning. Now, it's a small moment with Sora, but it landed with me. You see, she's becoming the level-headed one who can shut things down when the boys start butting heads. You can almost feel her shifting into that mom of the group role without making a big speech about it. That night though, Joe can't sleep at all. He's lying there with his mind on overdrive, thinking about how he's the oldest, how he's supposed to be responsible for everyone's safety, and that he really does care. So he sneaks out with Gomamon to scout the mountain alone, and that decision still feels important, and the episode shifts for Joe. Because Joe has spent most of the series being the guy who'd rather stay put and play it all safe. Climbing Infinity Mountain in the dark by himself is the opposite of that. It's showing real bravery on his part, and Gomamon's right there with him the whole way, cracking jokes and pushing him to lighten up, and the two of them help each other up the mountain. And you get the sense Gomamon knows exactly what his partner needs, even when Joe doesn't. But halfway up, the mountain starts shaking and those black gears come out. Suddenly, the mystery of what's been messing with all the Digimon is becoming more clear, all thanks to Joe's courage. Then Ikkakumon shows up, and at first he seems chill. Gomamon even wants to say hi. Then one of those gears drops from the sky and sinks into its back, and everything goes haywire. And of course, Ikkakumon goes wild. Thankfully though, Tai and Sora show up with Birdramon and Greymon, but Ikkakumon, he's no joke. It takes both of them out of the fight pretty quick. Joe, in the middle of all this chaos, is still trying to live up to that responsibility he keeps telling himself about, and he ends up leaping onto Ikkakumon's back to try to pull the gear out himself. Unfortunately though, he's unsuccessful, he gets thrown off and starts falling, and that's the moment. That's the moment Gomamon digivolves into a Ikkakumon for the first time. He catches Joe and fires off the Harpoon Torpedo that finally knocks the gear free. Ikkakumon's back to normal and takes off. The whole sequence still works because it's not just partner digivolves, problem solved. Joe put himself in real danger trying to fix something, and that courage is what triggers the digivolution. Eventually, they do make it the rest of the way to the top of the mountain and get a real look, and unfortunately, it's nothing but ocean as far as the eye can see. This island really is just this one place. It's a quiet, almost deflating discovery after everything that just happened. But the last little bit of inner dialogue with Joe is what stays with me. He's not suddenly fearless or anything. He hasn't changed overnight. He's still Joe. But you can tell he figured out something about himself on that mountain, that the worry and the responsibility he carries inside him aren't burdens. They're also the things that push him to act when it counts, and that he has strength and courage in him that he didn't know he had. Watching it again all these years later, that quiet moment, it did hit me pretty hard.
Gomamon and I fought all the way to the top to see what was there, and we found, well, nothing. But I think we discovered quite a bit on the way up.
But with that, that's episode 7. It's a solid character beat for Joe, a nice look at the group dynamic, and the first real clue that the Black Gears have a home base of sorts. So thanks for rewatching this episode with me, but these are all just my thoughts. Let me know in the comments section how you felt about episode 7, and I will see you in the next video.